From the murky waters of the sportsman's paradise, stories emerge. Stories of the generations of people who have shared in the bounties of the land. Stories of communities that have persevered through natural disasters. Stories of the abundance of fish, wildlife, and adventures that create an ecosystem rich in diversity. And from the silted banks of the mighty Mississippi to the soggy marsh bottoms, from the tops of towering pine forests to the depths of the salty Gulf, human and animal have shared this fortune for centuries. Enjoy these stories as told by outdoor journalists who travel across our state, documenting the adventure, sportsmanship, and heritage that make us Bayou Wild.
Welcome to Bayou Wild. We're at Morton Seafood Restaurant, which is clearly jumping today. Full swing in summer. We're in Madisonville on the Tchefuncte River. This week, we're talking about CCA. They do a tournament every year called STAR. Tagging fish, you win a prize. And the first redfish has already been caught.
At least one has been caught.
But there's plenty more to be caught. We're going to show you how you can maybe find a redfish that might win you something.
We tag 100 fish. Typically, we have 4 or 5 winners, but typically we have even more losers. So you don't want to be one of the anglers without a star ticket before you catch it. All it takes is one cast, and you don't want to eat a $40,000 fish. The red ones win you trucks, travel trailers, and boats. So this is what you're looking for. We're going to tag it, then put it back in the live well, and then we're going to put it out in a place that everybody can get to.
And one of those places where there may be one is Cocodrie. We take you down to Cocodrie with a father and son for our Father's Day special fishing trip.
Come on, Big Red.
He took us fishing from the time we were, well, as long as I can remember. He tells me stories about when I was 2 and consistently. So as I grew older and was able to buy a boat of my own, I took him fishing. And today, it's just such a blessing to be able to have him on this trip.
And then when you catch all those fish, you got to know how to cook them. So we're going to head into the kitchen here at Morton Seafood Restaurant with Nick. He's going to teach you a really healthy redfish on the half shell.
You don't know how to cook them. You don't have to know how to cook them if you come here.
That's true.
They'll cook them
That's
for
true.
you.
3-part dish, so you have to fire everything in sequence. I mean, the important thing is you fire your fish first. That's what takes the longest. The sides are pretty quick, as you can see.
Now we're doing redfish, but could you use another fish in its place?
Oh yeah, we could, and we do from time to time, but this is one of our signature dishes. Not many restaurants over here serve redfish on the half shell. They do serve it grilled, but on the half shell kind of makes us stick out a little bit.
Closed captioning made possible by Ceto.com. Become a member.
This boat fishing the CCA Star Tournament. Felt surreal for about a week.
My name is Amelia, and I'm from Abbeville, and I won this boat.
There's 100 redfish waiting. It all starts Memorial Day weekend. Sign up today.
Hi, I'm Donnie Rouse. There are a lot of different reasons to shop at Rouse's.
It's the people. Everybody that works here is just so nice.
Our stores get deliveries 7 days a week.
They have such a wide variety at Rouse's. Everything's in stock. I mean, everything.
We use Rouse family recipes and ingredients found right here in the store.
It's the food. Rouse's food tastes like homemade.
And they're local.
Like us.
We also have great prices.
That's the difference Rouse's makes.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Here's how I guarantee my crawfish tastes great every time. I use Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Why do the pros use Louisiana Fish Fry seafood boil?
Because the flavor is so good.
It has more garlic, onion, paprika, lemon, and not too much salt.
It has much better flavor.
Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Find the yellow bag, pour and boil for great crawfish every time. Well, I've been promoting the Star Tournament on radio and TV since the very beginning, and I've watched this rodeo grow from really small roots to a mighty oak. It's now really the biggest, longest, and the richest tournament in Louisiana history.
Well, you know, we pride ourselves on having one of the largest tournaments on the coast with over 13,000 anglers in 2018. Coming into 2019, we're in our 25th year. You know, when we first started this thing, there were a handful of redfish tagged and not many prizes, and now we've got 25 divisions and people from all over, truly the country, participating in this great event. So I took it over, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and we keep trying to expand it ever since then, basically trying to attract more people, and that comes in divisions and better prizes. You know, on the first weekend of Star, Saturday morning, gentlemen went out in Delacroix and caught the first tag redfish. Didn't take long, but there's still 99 swimming, a whole lot of prizes left to go. We tag 100 fish. Typically we have 4 or 5 winners, but typically we have even more losers. So you don't want to be one of the anglers without a star ticket before you catch it. All it takes is one cast, and you don't want to eat a $40,000 fish. This is what you're looking for, red tag that says 2019 CCA Star on it. You know, we produce the yellow tags as well for the tagging program. For the red ones, win you trucks, travel trailers, and boats. So this is what you're looking for. We're going to tag it and put it back in the live well, and then we're going to put it out in a place that everybody can get to. Over time, that tag will lay down. So if you start catching redfish during the day, make sure you flip it over on each side, see if it's there. Sometimes they'll have algae on it. This is what you're looking for. It's a red tag. It says CCA Louisiana STAR on it, 2019, and a serial number, and it also has a phone number. But the way this works is if you catch it, head to the closest weigh station. We've got 30 across the coast.
And I got to tell you one thing about the CCA Star Rodeo. A lot of people say that, you know, is it rigged? Is it fair? One thing about this event, they maintain their integrity. And if someone wins a prize in Star, you can rest assured that they certainly deserved it.
From Grand Isle to West Timberlair along our coastline, we got plenty of good trout. 3 to 5, 6 pound. There's some 6 still swimming around there. I mean, in the meat of the summertime, I do a lot of 3 and 4 pound fish, which is good fish. But even at that point, you got to start ignoring those fish and just start throwing big live bait for them, whether it be big pogies or big croakers.
Oh. I do not think this will cut it in the Star Tournament, not even for any division that we have for trout.
I get asked all the time, what's the best way to win Star? And truly, it is enter your kids, grandkids, and their friends into the tournament. A youth angler, all they have to do is catch a trout or a flounder over 14 inches, and then you bring it to a weigh station, or you can send a picture of the fish on a ruler with the kid in the background and email it directly to me at rad@ccalouisiana.com. We put their name in a hopper, and usually it's a 1 in 100 chance that they're going to end up winning a boat, motor, and trailer package. And the best part about it is they're also eligible for all the adult divisions as well. And we'd love to give them a new travel trailer or a brand new Nautic Star if they catch a prize-winning fish.
My name is Merrifield, and I won this boat in the CCA Star Tournament.
My name is Ethan, and I won this boat by fishing the CCA Star Tournament.
He actually hasn't caught many trout in his life, believe it or not. That was probably like, what, your 6th, 7th, 8th trout, maybe? 8th trout in his life, and he won a boat on his 8th trout in his life. That's pretty good.
Besides the youth category of being a best chance to win, you know, people ask us all the time, how can we get involved? How can I have a shot? And the number one answer I give them is, go get on a charter boat. Those guys are on the water every day. They know where the fish are. Hire them. You're more than welcome to participate, and you don't have to even battle against them. We have a captain's division, but it is only based on whether you, the angler, end up on the final leaderboard or not. So it has nothing to do with them. Get on one of these charter boats, and they, like you saw today with Captain Chad Billiot or with Martha Offshore, these people will help you out and get you on a prize winning fish quicker than you can do it by yourself.
As a guide, fortunate enough to be on the water pretty much constantly, I just follow them from the spawn to the shallow part, whether it be arch reefs, on the beach line, to sandboards, wherever, to when they're spawning in that part of the moon, to where they're pulling back into, say, 5 to 7 foot zones around satellite rigs, platforms, open bays, whatever. You got to bounce from what we do as a guide from the spawn zone, so they're going to do it every month, to when they finish their spawning, coming back and looking for schools of shrimp and just being in that area, but looking for that quality fish. You got to stick to where the quality one's going to be at, and that's going to be in deeper water. As it heats up 7, 8, 9 foot of water, sometimes you're catching those bigger fish.
All right, it's a redfish frenzy. Over the years, I've seen the people catch fish. I've seen people win trucks. I've seen them win boats. I've seen them lose them. One of the early years, I actually was a star winner. I caught a 3rd place Dorado, and I got a really nice offshore tackle package. But unfortunately, I have yet to catch up with one of those tagged redfish and drive out of there with a brand new truck.
The way it works is the tournament ends on Labor Day. Once we tabulate all the leaderboard and make sure everybody's good to go, we will have our annual Star Awards banquet at the end of October in Baton Rouge at Live Oak Arabians. It is a really cool place. It's Arabian horse farm, and it allows us to bring in all the prizes into one facility and let a couple thousand people show up. It is pretty interesting to watch over $500,000 walk out the door that night, and obviously there's a lot of happy people in the room.
Hi, I'm Miss Louisiana Holly Conway on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I'm sure you know that clean, affordable propane gas is used in houses across our state. It's used in cooking, hot water heaters, drying clothes, and heating homes. But did you know that if you ever run out of propane, you need a certified dealer to inspect your system for leaks before it's refilled? That's the law. Propane is a safe and exceptional energy source, and we want to keep it that way.
The iconic whooping crane is back in Louisiana. If you spot a whooping crane, remember, observe and admire it from a distance. And always report any harmful activity. You can always help the Louisiana whooping cranes thrive by donating to lawff.org.
Thank you to Chevron and the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation for their generous support.
Come on, Big Red.
Yeah, it's a nice little red. Nice little red. Well, we got a holiday coming up, and Dad's the guest of honor, and if you can't find a place to have a meal and get a reservation booked, we got an alternative plan for you coming up.
He took us fishing from the time we were, well, as long as I can remember. He tells me stories about when I was 2, and consistently. So as I grew older and was able to buy a boat of my own, I took him fishing. And today, it's just such a blessing to be able to have him on this trip. can't brag on a puppy drum.
My son's birthday. He deserves that fish. Started out when they were about 2-3 years old. We'd take them out in a boat and sit them in a corner with a Coca-Cola and a sun hat and just let them go to town. One of the things you can teach your children to do, then they'll never forget it, and they'll always keep them out of trouble too. They'll go fishing rather than do something else. The old saying is, even a bad day fishing beats a good day working. And so you get out, you're away from everything, you're relaxed, you get to enjoy the outdoors, and you're with the company, you're just able to just talk to people and be yourself.
My mom cooks something nice. We get together. Now, my brother and my father and I were born within weeks as far as the actual date on the calendar. So she makes a big dinner for all of us, and we celebrate it all together.
And what about, would you say to someone who's thinking about, they need a gift idea for Dad? How about a fishing trip? What do you think? Is that a good choice?
It's a fantastic choice, and you'll never regret spending that quality time.
It's a wonderful catch. It's a wonderful catch.
The most important part is the community that you have with your friends and your family and spending that quality time.
When I get too old, take me in a wheelchair.
Yeah, today looks kind of like a puppy drum kind of day. And if you take Dad out, you can award him with a nice grilled fish like that. If you're lucky enough to bag a deer or a hog this season, bring it here to Double D. Double D processes hogs and exotic game and guarantees your product is always the meat you brought to Double D.
Double D Meats in Bogalusa, home of country smoked, spicy jalapeno cheddar, and other customized flavors.
Bring your deer or your hog here to Double D, where you always get your meat back in return. It's worth a drive to Bogalusa from anywhere. Double D. All right, we are deep in the kitchen of Morton Seafood Restaurant with Chef Nick Palmisano. Nick, what are we going to be cooking this morning?
This morning we're going to be cooking one of our signature dishes here at Morton Seafood. We're going to be cooking our grilled redfish on the half-shell, topped with our homemade lemon compound butter. It's going to be served with a side of our sweet yam medallions and our wilted spinach.
All right, well, show us all about it. How do we get started with it?
All right, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our fish. We have our 8-ounce Louisiana redfish, the scale on. We're going to go ahead and put it on our preheated grill. I'm going to go ahead and baste it with some garlic butter. Give me the salt and pepper, please.
All righty, here we go.
I'm going to salt and pepper the fish. It's a real easy way. Put a lid on it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the fryer. We have our yams, hand sliced, and they're parboiled in our same seasonings that we use the crawfish. We're just going to go ahead and put these in the fryer. Next step is we're going to get our spinach ready. Ladle of butter. I'll let this heat up just for 1 second. Can I have the garlic, please? I'll let that garlic cook till it's just a little aromatic. While we're waiting on that, I'm gonna check my fish. I'm gonna rebaste it. the cover back on it. Butter should be heating up. The yams are cooking. So I'm just wilting the spinach here. Just a little salt and pepper. One more pop. We get our plate. Start plating our sides up. So I'll come back one more time, check the fish. Baste it one last time.
You said you just kind of wilted the spinach. How do you know when it's time to pull it out?
It's really, it's a fast. You're just really just wilting. I mean, it's about 30 seconds. We're not trying to saute it. We're just giving it just a little bit of texture. So our yams are finished. This is our yam glaze. We make this in-house. This is simple syrup with cinnamon and nutmeg. Now, like I said before, these are pre-sliced and they're boiled in with the same seasonings that we use our seafood with. So they're a little spicy, and then we spray the glaze on them, and it gives them a little sweet flavor too. So they have a little heat and they have a little spice. Redfish is almost done. I'm just letting this yam glaze kind of cook into the yams just a little bit. And really, we're almost done at this point.
Now, how long do you go on those yams, both in the fryer and on the grill?
On the grill, about 1.5 minutes. In the fryer, probably about between 2 and 3 minutes, depending on the size of them.
And what do you want them to look like? Should they be loose and moist, or should they be kind of firm?
Well, when they come out the fryer, they're a little firm, but then they get a little more, they get a little loose as you put the yam glaze in them. So they will be nice and tender. We're going to take this.
So timing is pretty important on this, that you get everything kind of at the
Yes.
right time, at the right moment.
Yes, sir. It is a 3-part dish, so you have to fire everything in sequence. I mean, the important thing is you fire your fish first. That's what takes the longest. The sides are pretty quick, as you can see.
Now, we're doing redfish, but could you use another fish in its place?
Oh, yeah, we could, and we do from time to time, but this is one of our signature dishes. Not many restaurants over here serve redfish on the half shell. They do serve it grilled, but on the half shell kind of makes it stick out a little bit.
I guess a drum would probably suffice if you got a drum about the same size.
Oh, yeah, drum would be just fine. So the redfish is just about done. We're waiting to see it start flaking on the sides. And then we'll know it's completely done. As soon as we finish with that, I have my lemon compound butter right here that we make in-house. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the fish when it's nice and hot, and it'll melt, and by the time it makes it to the table, it'll be completely melted.
All right, so it's critical to make sure that fish is not overcooked or undercooked. What are you looking for to tell that?
Well, what I'm looking for is just flaking around the outside of the edges. Once it starts to flake, you know the fish is done. It's really, this is an easy way to cook redfish. People could do it at home. You don't have to flip the fish at all. You just put it on the scales and you just put a lid over it.
And your preparation on the redfish to get it to this point, pretty much just one cut, one fillet off, and you leave the skin and scales on?
Yes, sir. Skin and scales on.
All right, we're just about there. When we come back, we'll show you the finished product. Discover the taste of Louisiana that's seasoned just right. Boiled to perfection. And rich with tradition. A taste that's savory, crispy, and a little sweet. Discover the taste of Louisiana fish fry products.
Hi, I'm Donnie Rouse. There are a lot of different reasons to shop at Rouse's.
It's the people. Everybody that works here is just so nice.
Our stores get deliveries 7 days a week.
They have such a wide variety at Rouse's. Everything's in stock. I mean, everything.
We use Rouse family recipes and ingredients found right here in the store.
It's the food. Rouse's food tastes like homemade.
And they're local.
Like us.
We also have great prices.
That's the difference Rouse's makes.
All right, and here it comes.
Okay, so this is our finished product. We have our redfish with our yam medallions and our sauteed spinach. I'm just gonna Put a couple of green onions over the top. Goes out to the table with lemon and parsley. And that's our dish.
Well, let's give it a try.
Let me know how I did.
C'est bon. Time to get it out on the table. Now, this is a dish you serve regularly in a restaurant?
Yes, sir.
And also, it's one that you can do at home just as well.
Yes, sir. It's very easy. I mean, you really can't burn it with the scales on it as long as you just don't put your grill too hot.
All right. You can become a gourmet cook just like Chef Nick Palmisano here at Morton Seafood Restaurant.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
My neighbor Tony, he looked at me and said, "Man, you're crazy. You're about to leave out in this weather." And I said, "Sir, I have a tag fish to go catch."
I won this beautiful boat catching a tag redfish in Venice, Louisiana.
There's 100 redfish waiting. It all starts Memorial Day weekend. Sign up today.
Whooping cranes are back in Louisiana. Through the hard work of biologists and key strategic partners, whooping cranes have been restored back to the cultural icon they once held. But you can still help. To donate to the Whooping Crane program, visit lawff.org. Thank you to Chevron and the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation for their generous support.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Join us next week for another great episode of Bayou Wild TV.
Right here at Morton's, you can come by and talk a little fishing with us like a lot of folks did today.
And you can also get these nifty Bayou Wild hats and t-shirts. Just go to our website, Bayou Wild TV. And if you missed it on TV, you can also check us out on social media. We're on YouTube all the time, Instagram and Facebook as well.